The ranges and heights for two projectiles projected with the same initial velocities at angles 42 degree and 48 degree with horizontal are R1, R2, H1 and H2 respectively. Choose the correct option. Okay. So we've been basically asked to find out the relationship between these two variables. So let us first write down the given data. So what's given to us is theta 1 is equal to 42 degrees, theta 2 is equal to 48, range is R1, R2, H1 and H2. See, the moment you see this theta 1, theta 2, what you understand, it is basically 45 minus 3 and 45 plus 3. And when we know that when the two projectiles are fired at 45 minus theta and 45 plus theta, the ranges are equal. So the moment you see 45 minus theta and 45 plus theta, what should come into your mind? R1 should is equal to R2. Now moving on to the height portion. First, let us see the logical part. So see, if you have the base here, right? We know that at 45 degree, the horizontal displacement is maximum and is what we call as range is obtained when theta is 45 degree, right? So as the value of theta increases, what should actually happen? It should happen that the range decreases, which means the height attained increases. So say if this is plus 3 degree, this much is the height obtained. Okay. Now it is launched at an even shorter angle. What should be the case? If this is shorter angle, then say it would come like this, right? In which case this is height 2. So at minus 3 degree, height is less, which simply means that with 45 plus theta degree, height is h2, and say 45 minus theta degree, height is h1, then we can very clearly understand from the figure that h2 is greater than h1. Okay, which means the correct option is option A. Now, coming to the formula approach of this, what is h1 by h2? H1 by h2 is u square sine 2 theta, right? U square sine 2 theta by, h1 is u square sine square theta 1 by u square sine square theta 2. Now u square by u square is 1. Why? Because they're projected with the same velocity. In which case this is equal to sine square theta 1 by sine square theta 2. And since theta 2 is greater than theta 1, we know that sine theta 2 is greater than sine theta 1, and therefore h2 is greater than h1, which confirms the logic that h2 is greater than h1. Having said so, let us also try to understand this part here, 45 minus theta and 45 plus theta. How do we do that? Let us try to make the basic equation first. So we have two angles, so two projectiles, theta 1 projected at 45 minus degree, another projectile is theta 2, which is 45 plus theta degree. The corresponding ranges are R1 and R2. Now, what is the equation for range? See, okay, let us find out R1 by R2. So R1 by R2 would be equal to, what's the equation for range? Equation for range is R1 is equal to u square sine 2 theta 1 by 2g, right? The whole upon, by u square sine 2 theta 1 by g, the whole upon u square sine 2 theta 2 by g. Now when you divide this, what happens? G by g, u square by u square is 1. So what we have is sine 2 theta 1 by sine 2 theta 2. So R1 by R2 would be equal to sine into 2. What is theta 1? Theta 1 is 45 minus theta. So sine 2 into 45 minus theta, the whole upon sine 2 into 45. What is theta 2? Theta 2 is 45 plus theta. So this is 45 plus theta. And we know that sine 2 into 45 minus theta. Now you can multiply this inside. 2 into 45 is 90. So you get sine 90. 2 into minus theta is minus 2 theta. Sine 90 minus 2 theta by sine 2 into 45 is 90. 2 into theta is plus 2 theta. So plus 2 theta. Now what is sine 90 minus 2 theta? It is cos 2 theta. What is sine 90 plus 2 theta? It is also cos 2 theta. Therefore cos 2 theta by cos 2 theta is 1. And therefore we have that R1 by R2 is equal to 1. Straightforward application of trigonometric identities, and you just have the answer. Right, so that's it with this question number 21. Moving on to question number 22, which says,